Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today it is spring TBR time. I haven't done it themed just because I find it hard to theme spring books. I feel like there's not many out there. What I have decided to do is show you all the books I would like to read during the spring season. So let's just get right into it. First off, we have the Book of Blood and Roses. Now this does give more fall vibes, but I do really want to get to this one because it sounds really good. Obviously with it being vampires, LGBTQ. One of them is a vampire, but then the other one is actually a vampire hunter and ends up going undercover at a university. This one just grips my attention. I can't wait to read it. I haven't really heard many people talking about it, to be completely honest, although I do think it's become more popular, but I can't wait to get on into this one. Then we have Inked in Lies by Gianna Darling. Again, kind of giving fall vibes, but this is the, I want to say, fifth book in the series, and I absolutely love this series because, well, it's dark romance. It has loads of different themes, kind of based on like a motorcycle club. He moved in next door, handsome as sin, older in a way that meant forbidden. He has tattoos as his hands are wickedness tucked in his grin. I was gonna as a girl to a man they called Casanova for a reason. He would never love me, at least not the way I needed him to. I tried to move on, but I couldn't turn my back on him or the fallen MC. So when they needed me most, I offered the only thing of value I could use to help them, my body, and when helping them meant putting my life on the line, Nova had to decide just how much he was willing to do to get me out alive. Isn't that just so gripping? And then obviously I want to continue on with the series. This is the last book I own physically. A killer, a criminal, a psychopath. The Irish enforcer for the fallen MC is everything good girls are taught to stay away from. Only I found myself inexorably drawn into the dark gravitational pull. I wanted to know what it would be like to walk behind the human pacification of death and hold his hand, feel his kiss, and maybe even earn his undying love. But Priest McKenna is older, cold as ice, and notoriously unfeeling. So what are the odds that a dead man walking would come to life for little insignificant me? When a serial killer begins to target the woman of Entrance BC and the fallen MC suffers another terrible blow, Priest resolves his hunt down to the killer himself. And when the murderer sets his eyes on me, my very own psychopath steps between me and a certain death, thrusting us into an intimacy I prayed we would never recover from. So yeah, these are definitely dark, taboo, and very good. And I would like to finish the series because I've been reading it for a while. Then we have A Court This Cruel and Lovely. This is the newer one to my TBR, but it does pique my interest, and it's been a while since I've read a fantasy. Just hours after humans are born and the gods take what little power we have in return, they protect our borders from the vicious, merciless Fae. The humans who manage to keep their power are known as the corrupt, and they are put to death. When my forbidden power is discovered, I'm forced to flee my tiny village and the life I adore. To survive, I make a desperate bargain with a mercenary, a dark and brooding man, whose face I have been seeing in my dreams. It's agreed that I'd help him into the city, and he'll help me learn to wield the strange dark power I've always kept hidden, power that may just be the key to my survival. But the ruthless mercenary is hiding secrets of his own, secrets that threaten the safety of everyone I love, secrets that could tear this kingdom and perhaps even the world apart. Sounds so good. Kind of could sound like an enemies to lovers type situation, which obviously is quite common in fantasy. I don't know. I am intrigued with this series. And then I thought I would brave it because this book has been on my physical TBR for years. I want to say probably about 3 or 4 years, and it is actually on my April TBR in general, so I know that I'm going to get to it this month, and that is Thousand Earth and Breath by Sarah J Maas. I am so nervous for this one, and I think not only because of the thickness, I mean it's like 800 pages, but I think the thing with this now is it's been on my TBR for so long. I've heard so many good things about it. There's just so like much anticipation around it that I'm just really nervous to actually pick it up in case I am disappointed by it. And I have a feeling I'm going to love it because I've loved all of Sarah J Maas's books. Like I've rated them all highly, so I just know I'm going to love it, but I don't know, I'm just so nervous. And again, the thickness it's scary, you know, although I have, you know, I did read the Boys of Thomas series in January, and that didn't feel like the size at all. So if I've enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed the Boys of Thomas series, I'm not going to have a problem. I think I'm overthinking it in my head at this point. Yeah, hopefully I will get to it this month because it is on my TBR. Then we have God of War, and this is the last book in the series. I am loving this series, and I want to go back to God of Fury after I've read this. So you could say God of Fury is also on this TBR because I would like to finish the series and then I can go back to reread. I feel for the villain It happened back when I was a clueless girl, but he ruthlessly broke my heart and trapped it in a jar. Since then, I've sworn to hate him to the end of my days. Eli King might be a savage devil, but I'm out of his way and league. That is until I wake up in a hospital and find him holding my hand. He told me the words that changed my life forever. We got married 2 years ago, Mrs. King. So I set out to investigate how I landed myself into this marriage. Turns out my memories are darker than my present. I thought I was ready for the hurricane. I thought I could handle his soulless eyes and cold shoulder. I thought wrong. Nothing can stop my husband. Not the secrets surrounding us, not the hatred between us, not even me. So it kind of seems like a marriage somewhere in the story, kind of giving enemies to lovers just from the back. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. And I know that it's going to be really, really dark because just the series in general is dark. Then we have Under Lock by Marriage Departed. This has been on my physical TBR for so long, my want to read list for so long. It has been put on many TBRs and I just keep putting it off. There's no reason for it, except for maybe one which could be, I've heard not so great things about the MMC, and that makes me a little bit nervous just because obviously I think a like in the MMC is really important in a romance story. But I am excited for it because it is based around a motorcycle club, I believe. After moving to Austin following 6 months of unemployment back home, Iris Tyler knows she should be glad to have landed a job so quickly, even if the business is owned by a member of the same motorcycle club her estranged father used to belong to. Except Dex Locke might just be the biggest jerk she's ever met. He's rude, impatient, and doesn't know how to tell time. And the last thing they ever expected was each other. But it was either the strip club or the tattoo shop. She should have chose the strip club. Sounds good. I feel like you don't get much information on the back, which I like. And obviously with it being Marriage Departed, I'm expecting a slow burn. It sounds like enemies to lovers. I feel like I've got a lot of enemies to lovers on this TBR. I don't know, I just feel like I am really going to enjoy it. I don't know. It's just one of those books where I keep putting it off for no reason. And then finally we have My Dark Desire by LJ Shen and Parker St. Huntington. This is the second book and I did like the first one, but I've heard even greater things about this one. And what I like about these books is you don't get much on the back. You don't get told much. Task was simple. Sneak into Zachary's son's closely guarded manor, retrieve my pendant, slip out. Problem 1, America's most unattainable bachelor caught me. Problem 2, he decided to keep me as the help. Zach's son's winter may be the coldest I've ever felt, but he makes my skin burn. Reserved, calculated, and savagely cruel, he thrives on the weakness of others. Little does he know he just met his match. He may be American royalty, but this peasant will rise to become a queen. So I think it's like a higher rank, lower rank type thing. Kidnapping, maybe. A bit of enemies to lovers. I don't know. It does sound really good. Like I said, the thing I like about these books is you don't really get much information on the back. So you do end up kind of going into it blindly, which I like. So that is my spring TBR. Not many books because I do want to make it doable for myself. But thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. See you on my next one. Bye.